Anyways, we back in the studio, y'all.
Welcome back to Shady in the City. We are back in the lab.
Well, I'm back in the lab.
Yeah,
she ain't never leave.
But yeah, we're back in the lab. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are getting back into Power Book 2. This would be episode 6. So let's get ready to get into it and let's get back to getting shady.
We can do our real clink clink now.
Clink clink. No
Clink,
more,
clink.
no more pins. I love it. So, y'all, it gets real messy in the beginning, okay?
Especially for the first episode.
Daddy's home, right?
We don't want to call him that.
No, I'm just saying, like, that, you know. So, Lorenzo is home, as we know.
Fucking up. He fucking shit
He
up.
having a whole party. I guess this is the coming home.
Welcome home party.
Welcome home. And he got, you know, a couple of his old crew members that he used to run with. But what I did not like was the way he was treating Monet.
He came home on some Ike shit. I don't know. Monet did not give us that for the past couple seasons. And that is not what I'm feeling right now. Monet clearly ain't feeling it. I think she kind of mad that this nigga home. He's basically like, his little homeboy said, "Oh, you got a chicken. Can you bring another pan?" And he's like, he tells Monet to go get it or go get some chicken or whatever. And
Diana's like, "Mom, do you need help?" And he's like, she got it.
No, mamacita. She got it. Okay, we understand your daughter helped you get out of jail, nigga, but who the fuck you married to, homie? Who helped you make Diana, bitch?
It gets real disrespectful. Then Zeke walks in with his friends, one that we know, Everett, obviously.
I'm gonna need a timeline for this, stars. I'm gonna need a timeline.
Because apparently Lorenzo says
he never met
Zeke. So this whole little narrative that we've been going through, and I've been saying he's the oldest because I do believe he's the oldest, and maybe
I believe Kane
maybe
is the
he
oldest.
came before, but that's why I said I don't believe Kane is her son. I think that is Lorenzo's son, and she cared for Kane but I believe now how she hid it from Lorenzo, I can't tell y'all. I can't even make that narrative up in my head to try to give it to y'all.
Because apparently he's only been gone, 10 years?
Something like that.
10 years. And
you better than me if you got a number.
He's already, I mean, like...
Because the kids is grown.
Exactly. So, stars, I need a timeline.
We need a timeline.
So, Everett's little boo thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Not Drew's little boo thing. Everett came through. His mama, Monet, sent Drew to go do some shit. Get him out the fucking way. So she can speak to Everett. And she like,
you know who I am? And Everett, this is what blows me. He's like, oh yeah, you're like Zeke's aunt and da-da-da-da. And I love the way she did it. No, I'm Drew's mother.
Bitch.
You know who I am.
And you ain't ready for my son.
Get out. And you've been running your mouth about this family.
I don't know where is this going. You a snitch, bitch.
Get out my house.
Get the fuck out. And stay away from my son.
It was real clean. I won't
matter
at Monet.
There was no confusion. Basically,
get the fuck out.
And leave my son alone.
Now, we do see Lorenzo talk about how he wants Drew to, you know, basically take over. And we see a little shade from Kane. I think he maybe overhears it. But the main thing was that, yeah, basically the Zeke scene and him not knowing who he was. And basically he was talking to his homeboy, and his homeboy was like, yeah, unfortunately, I'm running something with somebody else. I got other business.
He's working with Broad Street Killers, apparently. And I think Lorenzo felt a little offended because he was like, so you working for the motherfuckers that we protected you from in jail. And he's like, well, I'm head honcho for them. And you clearly got a nigga that you got as head honcho, Drew, for your company. So, I guess, after that, he ain't want no more chicken. Right. He ain't want no more chicken. He got his ass up and he left. And he was like, all right, I'll talk to you later, homie, But Lorenzo is realizing now that he's home that, not everybody is as loyal, his little do boy. And they ain't gonna all do what the fuck he just says do. It ain't like
Monet.
It ain't. I don't even think Monet. Because Monet got options.
Monet got options, but
we've been through this.
But she went in that kitchen and got that chicken though.
So we start with the pillow talk with Lorenzo and Monet.
And Monet's like, I'm tired of this shit.
And Lorenzo's basically like, bitch, you retired. I can fuck what you're tired of. This is what it is. Bitch, go shopping.
Okay, do something. And so she's feeling some type of way. She's like, what the fuck just happened? You could tell she's not really liking the change in roles. And Diana walks in, makes her daddy a full breakfast with extra blueberries, just like you like it, Katie.
And she's like, well, hold up. What about me? With my breakfast?
I only took care of you. That's always how it is for moms. We're just always fucking...
That's not true.
Chopped liver.
That's not true. That's not true.
Most of the time it's like that. They will always love on daddy and be like, oh, but forget the fact that, unless daddy ain't shit. And then, yeah. So, for the most part, mommies usually get the shitty end of the stick. And we see Monet get the shitty end of the stick, and her kids ain't think about her.
She's like, it was a welcome breakfast for daddy, and I didn't think you were hungry. You can ask. You can send a text, a telegram, call upstairs.
Nothing. I know y'all got an intercom in that big ass house because this is a big rich town.
I told y'all, I'm a breakfast type of bitch. So look, I'd have felt some type of way for real. I'd have been like, you are disowned.
Tariq, it has to go to court with Sax and I was getting ready to say Meth. But no, Davis. And basically, they're in court. Now, we didn't talk about him in the cell before because it wasn't really nothing. He was sitting in the cell, think about life, and shit was hard, right? So, yeah, he's like, okay, well, basically, you don't get no bail. They have evidence. They found Ramirez's badge. And yeah, he's like, I'm being framed. He finds out, what's the little girl name? I was about to say Raina. That's terrible. Yasmin is in foster care again. So he's like, I gotta get the fuck out. And so basically they go and they're like, he's like, give me a meeting with Tate and I'll have it done. And
well, he said that you possibly can get bail with certain influences. And so he's like, bring Tate here. And basically, it's basically the girl that got him in jail is the same girl that Sax is, sleeping with. Okay, Sax. That be that bullshit.
Because that pillow talk that they be doing, that's the problem. Sax is selling her secrets because he's a snitch. I'm not ready.
So it looks like the boys have gone to the ad. They gone shopping. I saw some Bergdorf bags. So they clearly went shopping and they are at the bar. The same bar that the money got stolen.
I'm sorry. I'm going to let you do this because I just can't wait.
Because she ready for the next scene. That's what it is. She ready for the next scene.
Okay, great.
So, Lorenzo, I'm sorry. What's his face? Kane gives
his daddy
a Jesus piece chain. And he's like, yo, this look like the one I used to ride back in the day. And he was like, it is. I upgraded it, with some stones or whatever, some diamonds or whatever. And Lorenzo's like, a real welcome home gift would have been
you hooking me up with that connect.
Exactly. So he's like, all right, I will. He's like, no. Go outside, go make that phone call.
I need to have a conversation with Drew
anyway.
And so we already know Kane feels some type of way. He's a little insecure about his position and place. And he's trying to work to be his father's number one. And
we also forgot to mention that it seems like Lorenzo's been shot before because Lorenzo
that's true.
mentioned to Drew He's like, yeah, they're talking about the gunshot. He's like, how are you doing? Because, they say, like, I know it hurts physically, but they never tell you how it'll fuck you up mentally. So how are you doing? So it seems like, Lorenzo been through some shit too. Like, he's been shot because Drew turned around like, okay, he can relate to what the fuck I'm going through. Now you can move on to the next thing because you clearly want to get there. Clearly.
Motherfucking Monet, right? This was like ding, 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 ding. The bells was ringing. She came out with the gloves up on Diane in the bathroom. She didn't really have gloves on, y'all, but I just saw it in my head. And she was like, so, why didn't tell me your father was coming home? And she was like, oh, he didn't want me to tell you. Man, she was like, maybe he didn't want to disappoint you. But it was the energy.
Well, she said, how did you get your father home? And she's like, oh, well, it was the lawyers. Blah, blah, blah.
No. You're not giving the same energy. You're not giving. It was the lawyers and da-da-da.
She was like, well, did your father tell you to steal the money too? No, you should have been thanking me for bringing our family back together.
Thank you.
I killed a man for that money. Oh, well, I didn't tell you to. You gonna yoke me up or should I yoke you up?
It went live. This is the best acting I've seen out of Mary J. Blige. Oh,
she lucky I like to be choked.
You stupid. This is the best acting I've seen out of Mary J. All of Power. It was great. It was awesome. You deserve it. What is it? An Emmy? You deserve that shit. And she was like, little girl, get the fuck up out my house.
What you fucking with. Get the fuck up out of here.
Before I around kill you.
We really know why she mad, y'all. Because she could have packed up her bag, her keys, and bought some shit when she got there. We know why she mad.
She didn't hit the nails. She didn't get the dipping.
She should.
She didn't get the dip.
I said not like the final. Okay.
I can't with her. But anyway.
So Kanan has come to visit Tariq, I guess,
in his spirit form. In his spirit.
And
50 Cent gonna stay with a check. I ain't mad at it.
A couple checks.
Producing,
okay. Acting, I'm getting this money, honey.
Okay. So basically, what happened? Go back.
So Kanan has come to visit Tariq in his spirit. Mm-hmm. And, basically having him think a little bit, who the fuck did this to you? Who set you up? Who controlled you? Because I guess initially he was thinking it was Kanan. He's like, Kanan is a shooter, but he ain't smart. Okay, well, who controlled you? Who you think controlled Kanan? And he's like, oh, Monet, I got bullets for her. And he was like, you ain't.
But no, first he had him for Kane. Then it was Monet.
And he's like,
now I'm going to fuck up all the Tejadas. I'm mad at everybody.
Exactly.
He just got bullets for everybody. Mm-hmm. Now Tariq is a whole gangster, but he ain't never popped nothing.
You an idiot. And Kanan is basically like, well, you don't even have proof it was them. Sometimes it's usually the motherfucker that you love the most. And we know who that is. With the bug in her watch.
The ops.
Lauren.
So, Angela 2.0.
So we move on to the next scene, and Lauren comes into the next scene, and she confronts Carrie Dad.
Ho Dad. Whorebag, Carrie Dad.
And she's basically like, you made me do this. Do I have to testify? Because I'm not willing to do that. Because he's going to hate me.
That's going to happen because it's very necessary. But we will need your statement. Now, here's the thing, Lauren. If you haven't realized already, the bitch lied to you already. She showed you what they say.
She was.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe it. She showed you who she was. So, if you think for a second that you're just going to have to write a statement and you're not going to have to get on the stand and stand by that, boo, you're fucking stupid. Anyway, I think Lauren doesn't believe it. But it's just so crazy because, you know, everybody wants to talk about it. The classroom starts to come in. Basically, Hobag tells her they can't have the conversation.
I'm sorry. I want to intervene really fast.
Oh, okay.
I want to say something because we have mentioned light skin Keisha and a couple times the great job that she's doing on here. We both want to take time to say congratulations.
I was going to say yes because you got engaged. Yes, congratulations.
And that ring is beautiful. Serious.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know who the fuck she marrying. I don't know what the fuck that check looking like.
But you looked happy,
But he clearly got that guap. Okay, because that ring looked like it's holding that finger down. Okay, it's taking up half the finger.
It's linked a little bit.
Exactly. That should look heavy. All right, so we just want to take the time to say congratulations before we brought you up and talk about what a great job you are doing in acting. Seriously, you are one of the best actors on this show. Go ahead.
So we get to the classroom coming in, and basically Hobag tells Lauren, we're not going to have this conversation here. So after that, we see Tate come in. And, you know, do what he does best and antagonize, because, you know, he been ear hustling from the background. We all know this.
Singing in the background.
This is what he does. So he's like, oh, you know, everybody's like, you know, we're going to carry that. It's like, we're going to start the class, whatever. And light-skinned Keisha's like, no, we not. We not gonna talk about
like ain't shit just
about freedom when Tariq is not free and they done just dragged his ass across the lawn and did the perp walk. That's what we not doing. And we just not gonna look over it. And so of course I can't stand this little lily white girl because I know she's playing a part and it's a stereotype, but she does it so well, it irritates me. Because she's such a Karen, and she's like,
"But what if he gets bailed?
What if he gets bailed? What if he's coming back on?
Is he going to come back in school? I'm worried for my life.
It irritated my soul.
He's a murderer. He's a serial killer. He's going to want me. Bitch, please.
You've been here this whole time, and anybody worry about your?
Ain't nobody think about your ass.
So,
what's your name again?
Exactly.
What's her name?
We don't even know her name.
What's your name? Yeah.
Anyway, so basically, the exchange, you know, Carrie Dad's like, Tariq's a killer. We don't need to have any further conversation. Let's get to class.
He's not making bail.
And he shot a police officer, guys.
And Tate is like, well, he hasn't been convicted yet, so you can't say that.
And you have the other classmates like, yeah, it's innocent until proven guilty. And of course, light-skinned Keisha with her pro-black.
What country you living in? I don't know why. I just feel like even that one line, she just did good. What country you living in? But, like, you know, it wasn't too much. It was just, you know, I don't know. Anyways.
It was giving.
To me, it was giving. It was giving. I feel like she's doing it good.
Yeah, no. And basically, you see Lauren just have to sit in her shit because she knows that she was partially responsible. Unknowingly, but she was partially responsible.
And I feel like she is scared to tell Tariq that she unknowingly was part of him going to
jail. If she ever hears from him again, because he's locked up and she doesn't know if he's ever going to get out or if he's going to make, you know what I mean? And in part, so that's going to be you.
So Lorenzo and Monet.
No, not Lorenzo. He's Mecca. Y'all, you know she bad with names.
I am. Don't judge me, okay? You saw. If you watch Ready to Love, I had to write names down, okay? All right. Watch our reviews, you will know, okay? I stuck with names. Mecca and Monet. Oh, damn.
The Eminem of it all.
Eminem.
She might have had too many
monsters, y'all. I might have. I'm on my second bottle. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me.
I am judging.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't judge you when you be saucy on here.
Don't do that.
All right. So Mecca and Monet are sitting down having a conversation. She like, homie, look, my nigga back. He been gone for 10 years, but he back now. And,
welcome back. Welcome back.
No, it ain't a happy welcome.
Welcome back.
Hell no. Fuck that. Fuck that. Okay? It is not a happy welcome. But I gotta deal with the shit. Because the nigga back. And I got ties to this nigga.
And I don't want a bullet in my head.
And we married, goddammit. So look, this is what it is. Plan to still let you see your son, but we gotta move funny. We gotta move different. And he like, hold up.
I respect you too much to move like that.
The fuck? I ain't about to keep this a secret. Nigga, that's what the fuck you gonna have to do, bitch.
You're my little secret.
That's what the fuck is gonna happen.
That's how we should keep it. You should never let him know. Never let him what? Go. If you know, like I know, you should never let it go. Woo! You should never do that.
That's what I'm trying to...
Y'all, we ain't shit. We so busy. She is really saucy tonight. Okay. She missed the whole part about Lorenzo when he calls.
Why you shading me?
He tells her
Why you shading
that basically, that St. Patrick kid got caught up on a double homicide. How long do you think that's going to take before
Ramirez,
before they relate that back to you? And then she's like, oh shit, because of course she's thinking Kane, whatever. And, and she realizes it's crazy. I feel so bad for Monet because every time she tries to get a minute away from this bullshit, which is like, this man is her peace, some shit happens. And she has to go right back to, she can't leave this lifestyle.
I wish I had my purse and my keys downstairs right now because I would have showed Monet once again what she should have did. Took that shit and walked the fuck away. Y'all deal with this bullshit. It was you and your son that got you in this bullshit. Let me show you what I can do best.
You ain't shit.
Sober ass.
And so... we get to Monet meeting up with Davis. And basically she's like, what's up going on with Tyreek? And basically, asking for information. And he's like, I
shouldn't be discussing my client's case with you.
And not to mention, I'm not going to give you anything to hurt Tyreek. So then she's like, I'm going to drop 250 bands. And anything dealing with my family.
That leads back to my family, yeah.
You need to let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm going to let you know. And I'm going to release that information when it's the right time as I see fit. And I'm going to need another 250,000.
So $500,000. But I am not going to give you any information that hurts Tyreek. And this motherfucker pulled out her phone. She said, the burner. She said, look, I don't give a fuck who it hurt. For $500,000, nigga, you gonna tell me every motherfucking thing. I feel her.
Oh, no, basically that was, Davis. And then Kane, Monet confronts Kane and is like, well, what the fuck? Why would you leave Ramirez's badge? Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, Mom, you told me to let the chips fall where they fall. And it fell in motherfucking Tariq's desk.
Bitch, they didn't fall there. You planted them there.
So, Monet's like, that was stupid as fuck. And so now...
I gotta spend more money to get your ass out of this shit.
Right.
And our whole fucking family.
And she's like...
And you're a fuck up.
And so we need that course correction. And so he's like, well, Braden can do this shit. Braden will do anything I tell him to do. And she's like, you really believe that bullshit? And I'm kind of with Monet on this because I'm sure Braden has an inkling.
You don't trust Braden? But
no.
He's like Tommy?
No, what I'm saying is that I think that Braden has an inkling that Kane has something to do with. So I can understand why Monet is hesitant in sending Kane to try to go recruit Braden to do something for them because this is Tariq's homeboy. So, but I can understand where Kane is like, oh, I got this little nigga. He's stupid. But.
They're both stupid.
I don't know.
One is a flunky. The other one is just dumb.
So I don't know. We'll see because they both like to get reckless together. So I did think it was a great idea. I was like, good job, Kane. But I can understand when Monet was like, no, that's stupid. Why are we doing this? But let me check him out first. So I don't know, y'all. We'll see. And they just realize they need to move separately, but also quietly and secretly because everybody in the family is moving now. Everybody is playing. Drew is the only one that don't want his part. and his father is making him. And outside of that, everybody just want to chill.
And she made it clear that her and Kane kind of needs to keep their own independence because he's going to get rid of course correct. He just wants shit to run the way he wants it to run after being gone for so long. And I completely understand Monet. Like, I've been running this shit. What you should do is consult with me. And we should come up with a plan together. Because, nigga, if you ain't working with me, you working against me.
Okay. All right. So Tate sits down with Tariq.
I already knew. You know what? I knew not to talk on this because I know she wants to talk about Tate. I already know.
And it's like, all right. So where's the shit? Why am I here?
You ain't give me what I need. So what the fuck do you, what do we have to talk about?
And he's like, look, I know that was not Stansfield. Sweeney. I know where he keeps the nasty pictures.
The inappropriate pictures.
The nasty pictures. And he's doing some real weird shit. And he's like, it would be really conflicting with his political career.
So he's like, basically, you get me out of here. That's going to be my priority. Is to get you that shit.
And he's like, all right, bro, cop killer. If I get you out and I don't get my shit, I'm going to make your life a living hell. I'm still working up at the school with this prissy ass bitch that still ain't gave me no pussy. I'm mad.
Why you pointing at me though?
No, I'm just saying because you was.
Why I gotta be a prissy bitch that ain't get no pussy? Why I can't be over there somewhere? Why?
I'm just. It's not like I said that.
I'm just saying. Still, Carrie Dad. We already know we don't fuck with Carrie Dad. Okay, why the fuck? I know who he's talking about, bitch.
Okay.
Jesus, point that way.
So then we skip to Lorenzo having dinner.
It looked like it was a family meeting, really.
Yeah, it was a family meeting.
Everybody sitting down. I want to know where the fuck Zeke lives because is he living on campus?
Yeah, he's still living on campus.
Okay, because he's like the only one that's MIA. It seems like
ever since Lorenzo has come back.
Exactly. So Lorenzo is having a family meeting. He tells Diana, "Look, I got plans for you. It's not in the drug game. Drew, you my right hand man, and Kane. What the fuck is up with that connect?" And basically, Kane is like, "I'll let you know when he's ready." And he tells his wife, Monet, basically, I feel like basically he said, "You're gonna do what the fuck I say.
You're gonna do what I say." She's basically like, "You're not we used to strategize together."
Once everyone leaves, I like the fact that she waited till everyone left the table. She's like,
"Yeah, that was
you're not about to be ordering me around like you do these kids. When you was gone, you used to talk to me and consult with me about what the plan was."
And he's like, "That's while I was gone."
He was like, "That's while
and now I'm back,
nigga.
And you can go in retirement. Here's this money. Go shopping on the Ave and get up out of here. Enjoy retirement."
Sir, you sitting in a house that I've been paying for the last 10 years, right?
You know what it is, though? And I hate to say it
Trace.
Because, no, I'm just, okay. I love to play devil's advocate, right?
Always.
So, hear me out, y'all. Lorenzo did, last time Mary went to see him in jail, but right before he got out, when she was in her lingerie and she was upset that I'm tired of living this life and I'm tired of living like this and I just want you to be home and I don't want to work this hard anymore. So now when he comes home, he's like, "No, bitch, retire, sit and chill. This is what the fuck you were mad about, right?"
But she had a different plan. That was why you were gone. That was why you were gone. I wanted to leave the house that we had, and while your ass was fucking locked up and in jail, and take my kids, and we don't have to live this drug dealer life. I didn't plan for you to come home and you take over the drug dealer life. I wanted to leave the drug game. That's what it was. I wanted to live off the fact that Zeke was going to be a ball player. And that was going to head start our fucking life. Now you're coming home, changing all of our positions like we're fucking pieces on a chessboard. And you want to do some more shit with the fucking drug game. Monet wanted to leave the drug game completely.
That's true.
Which is why I feel like the better option would have been Mecca. But we ain't going to go into that. My thing is, nigga, I have money to buy myself fucking clothes. The little bullshit you just gave me, nigga, I got money to do that. You're clearly living in the shit that I fucking been paying for the last 10 years. Okay? The roof over our head, I've been paying for the last 10 years. How the fuck you think you gonna give me a roll of motherfucking money, tell me to go shopping and shut the fuck up?
Well, this is what happens when Nels watches stuff before me. She already fired up before I can get fired up. So basically we get to court and Tariq is pretty much let go because
he has a whole new judge.
And
Judge Lucas.
Tate comes through, as he always does. And he comes through and he's like...
For a cost.
He came through.
He didn't have a choice.
Anyway. So, Tate comes through as he always does. And he's like, he's not like anything. So, basically, Davis doesn't really have to work hard. The judge is like, here it is, another black man being impoverished by the white public justice system. And
well, not today.
Not today on my account. I will not be an accomplice. And I said, okay, judge. And he granted the bail to Tariq.
10% of $1 million.
10% of $1 million. Clearly, Tariq got it.
We know he got it.
Got out. And as he's getting out and they're putting the ankle bracelet on him, Saxe tries to basically, Davis is going through rules and regulations and basically, look, you can't leave Manhattan.
Be careful, you're going to have a target on your back because
you can't trust anybody because they're looking for anybody to infiltrate, get anything to implicate you at this point. Mm-hmm. So you can't trust anybody. And then, Saxe is like, cop killer or whatever he says. That basically he tries to make Tariq confess. And Davis, once Tariq leaves, he looks at Saxe and he's like, don't you ever do that shit again. It is our job to work for the client. And I was telling Nels off camera, I said, why doesn't he just fire him? It just irritated me because he does work for the defense. So if you don't want, I know lawyers who have left the defense role because they cannot defend people who have actually done the crime. And that's okay, but you should not be in that role.
I think it's hard for him to accept a defense role as a lawyer because he is so used to being, what was he?
A prosecutor.
So he's used to working against them and finding evidence against them. What makes them guilty.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I would think it's hard to be used to, working one role and then, oh, okay, I'm on your side. Even though I feel him deep down in my heart that you did it. So.
Yeah, y'all. It was.
And he's fucking a what was she a district attorney or something?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he kind of needs him. Talking about, what's his face?
Oh, Davis.
Davis kind of needs Saxe.
So that's the thing. So that's what she explained to me is that at the end of the day, the reason why Saxe is there and the only reason why Davis is keeping him around because he's clearly bad for business is because he needs him for
connects.
Redman, which I know that's not his name on the show, but he's Redman to us guys.
Did they say his name on the show?
No, I don't think it's just Davis's brother.
We just know who the fuck he is.
We just know.
If you don't know who he is, bitch, let me say something. You just don't know.
You just don't know. me. So basically, Lauren pulls up because we know Tariq ain't got a car. So Lauren pulls up on Tariq and they're in the chair. And she's like, I want to talk. I'm so sorry all of this happened. And basically like, Tariq's like, I'm going through a lot of shit and, you don't really believe that shit, do you? And she's like,
I don't know what to believe.
And he's like, look, you know me. You know who I am. And
fuck what everybody else saying. You know me.
Right. But you not
a real one, clearly.
And so she's like, no, I just, Tariq, I don't know. And so he's like, look, I got to get my sister back. I don't know where my mom is right now. You're the only person I have. Either you with me or against me. And then she pauses.
Nothing.
I felt like this is how Walter felt when Sabrina told him she wasn't ready to.
You know what? You've been comparing her to Angela this entire season. And I really felt like this was Angela.
Yeah. She had no answer.
Let me say something. I know Tasha had her hang-ups and she had her shit with her. But she was down for that nigga.
Yep.
100%.
She knew where she stood.
And Angela was not. Nigga, if you was in certain shit, I'm here. If not, then
I can't rock with you.
I can't fuck with you. And that's what hurt. That's the energy she's giving. And with that scene, she's giving to Angela.
Yeah.
Nigga, if I feel like you did it or you did do it, I'm against you. There is no
in between.
So,
but then we get to see her confront Hobad, Carrie Day,
with the information Tariq just gave her.
Oh yeah, because Tariq just dropped that she was fucking Zeke, and he was like,
he just dropped a jewel,
right? So she's like, so when did you know that he was a suspect? And then you had me and she's like, I didn't know that Tariq was a suspect. I didn't know until further into that. And she's like, what? When I wore the wire? And she's like, we did get certain leads off and then she's like, but you lied to me.
Is it because you was fucking Zeke? Me and Zeke are not
none of your business. She got real threatening.
But it's about to be everybody's business. Let's have this conversation when you're not emotional. I ain't gonna lie to you. Lauren, that's the type of bitch I am. Guess what? You did it, bitch. I know it. Guess what? Everybody about to know it. Okay. Bitch, you thought you embarrassed the motherfucker. Guess what? You about to be embarrassed. Okay. You played me. I'm about to play your ass.
So we'll see y'all. Because Lauren sound like she about to spill some tea. So we got a little far. Right? A little too far ahead. So basically, we got to go back. Effie show up. I love me some Effie, boy. She just be coming through like, when I come through, I'm about to give it to you, right? So Effie come through and she's like, what is it? Can we be lovers and friends? I gotta know, baby. Tell me again. I'm just saying, that's what she's giving.
That was my shit.
I'm just saying.
They did a hell of a job with that song.
So, sometimes won't be your lover. Sometimes won't be your friend. Okay. So Effie come through, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm trying to be here for you, Tariq.
Well, and, you know what? Let's start by saying, after the conversation he had with Lauren.
Yeah.
I think what Effie brought to him is what he was expecting from.
And what he needed.
He was expecting that from Lauren. And Effie just showed up at the door. He's like, what are you doing here? She was like, I just felt
came through for support.
Exactly. And gave him a hug, she really initially didn't really ask no questions. She just
was there and was like, let's just talk. Let's just talk, And then eventually she started, asking some hard questions, but Effie's street smart enough to know when he didn't answer, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. And I loved that saying. So yeah, it was a cute little moment.
And I think he appreciated it.
He appreciated it, and you see them had a little freaky moment, and it was cute. And she's like, but at the same time, I know you're not really rocking with Brayden right now, but
you need him.
You need him. So you're gonna have to bite the bullet. And I know you're mad, but you're gonna have to bite the bullet, and you're gonna have to try to make this.
And she let him know, like, it definitely wasn't malicious. Like, he rocks with you. He rides with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, Tariq is like, but it was stupid. It was a stupid mistake he made. And that's even worse. And she's like, look, did you let him know, though? Like, this is your partner.
Did you tell him everything that you needed to tell him?
He's like, oh, what does that matter?
Yeah.
And she's like, you didn't let him know, basically. So he don't really know how to move or who he can move with. And he didn't think he was really doing any harm. But you need that motherfucker. You need Brayden. You know, you're not going to be able to do course correct without him.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to get the product that you need. You're not going to be able to do shit without Brayden.
So basically, after Tariq sits down with Effie and Brayden finally knows his assignment. And he has to stay close to Kane. And now Effie is on the job of meeting Monet because they feel like she is the one for the job. And she's like, well, you know, I usually am. And I love it. She gives me like 007 Bond chick, like send me in under any circumstances and I know the assignment, like secret agent. I love it.
Whether I have to be Lauren or whether I need to be Effie.
Right. So I thought that was cute.
That's giving Tasha.
And then we see a meetup between Lorenzo and Kane. And he's like, so what's up? Where's the connect? You know, I guess that's what he called him. He's like, I am the connect.
In Spanish.
And then he's like, stop playing with it. And he's like, no, I am the connect. And I'm tired of this bullshit. You done tried to cut me out of this whole thing. And you lied to me. You picked Drew over me. And you know Drew's not built for that shit. And I'm trying to do this. And I mean, Lorenzo had a couple words. He's upset
just like, you're
with
not
him.
ready.
He was like, you're not ready. But I love what he said at the end. And he was like, are you trying to make me your employee?
He said, are you trying to be my boss?
Yeah.
Or are you my son? He was like, because you and your connect is going to fall out. And I'm not going to be here to pick up the motherfucking pieces. So are you trying to be my boss? Or are you trying to be or are you my son? Let him know that, look, blood is thicker than water, nigga. You trying to be head honcho right now. But I am telling you, you have a place here, home,
right,
with me. But you fucked that shit up for this
connect
who's water. You ain't gonna have a place here no more, and you gonna fuck yourself.
Okay. Don't ever play yourself as Caleb.
From the sky without a parachute.
Hey, that was kind of fire. So no, guys, we get to the it of it all. Effie meets up with Monet, and she's like, "Oh, so Tariq sent you to do his work."
Well, and she gets on the phone with Tariq, and she's like, "Who the fuck is this?"
But no, I love how when Tariq is like, "You know what it is," and I don't like how you coming for me and you got me locked up. And she was like, you know it wasn't me. You already know who it is.
But I love my son.
And if you say anything, it's a bullet in your ass. So, and he's like, you know I ain't saying nothing. But let's move this weight. Let's get this money because you need me like I need. Basically, Monet realizes very quickly Effie is with the shits. And she's...
all the shit.
And she's hip. And she's just like, okay, clearly you laying it on him thick. That he done sent you out here doing his dirty work. But she realizes Effie's that bitch.
And Effie don't say shit. She don't say, no, we ain't fucking.
Nothing. She's just
like, we can make money together or we can make less money apart.
And she's like, well, check that phone. Hit
my number's in that phone. So hit me if you need me, bitch. Basically. Look, I ain't got shit to talk about. The personal shit you talking about.
Yeah, all that you doing.
Bitch, we here to talk about business.
I was here for it, Effie.
I feel like if it was Lauren, she'd have been like, So, I mean, does he talk to Diana?
I know, right? Then we basically see a short little scene. Cooper walks in on, I don't know this girl name. I'm not even gonna lie, but the district attorney that he's dating. And fucking. And she's talking about the case with Lauren, and Lauren's in her office, and she's like, that bitch, hairy dad, dad lied to me.
Those are her words, not Lauren's, just FYI.
No, I'm just reenacting with my own words. And so she's like, that bitch, dad lied to me. She
set me up, and
that bitch set me up. She had a Mary.
So I have to testify because she didn't tell me this and blah, blah. Well, life lesson. Read it before you sign it, boo.
Mm-hmm. And get in my office because I don't have time for the shits.
Basically. But Sax heard all this, and apparently, I don't know if he was coming to pick his little
boo thing up.
Exactly.
For a little sneaky link.
But I feel like this is going to take us a little bit further because she walks out the office, the district attorney, she walks out the office and she sees Sax and she's like, oh, I actually need to work longer tonight. And he's like, actually, you know what? Normally I would have drug you out of here, but I actually need to work longer too. So that gives me the vibe that whatever the fuck happened in that office is going to lead to some other shit because he saw some shit and he's ready to build a case from that. And we know he's not really a lawyer. He's not a defense attorney. So I really feel like it's going to end up pissing off Davis in the end, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Saying was that we saw Kane get a text from Mecca. And he's like, I changed my mind. I want to meet your dad. So now Kane is feeling some sort of way. He's like, what the fuck? He looks over at his dad having a good old time with the rest of the family. And he realizes he's an outsider. For whatever reason. Because we still don't know who he belonged to.
According to Trace's theory, we don't know who he
belongs to. But we see him watching Zeke on the court playing basketball as he's doing this. So we all know Mecca is very calculated. And there's a motivation. So yeah. There we have it, guys. And then, what happens? Oh, and then we see Effie. Effie's being Effie. Coming through, being a ride or die, being a real. And, she's like, when is Monet going to hit my phone? And he's like, I don't know. You just got to wait. But the fact that she's willing to wait it through and just sit with Tariq and just even sit in silence. And Tariq shares with her the letter that his dad sent him. And he was like, my dad knows me better than I know myself. And she was like, maybe your father really didn't know you at all.
Because your story isn't over. But you know what?
God damn it, Effie.
I fucking love that. But like I was just sharing with Trace while we were off camera, I hate the fact that niggas put on for the bitches who are not the ride or die. They pretend like they got it. They pretend like they got it together. And
for the bitch that's just like, I want you and I accept you and whatever.
Oh, here's all my bullshit. Accept it or leave it. I hate that shit. The fact that bitches that are ride or die are willing to accept you for who you are and what you are, you show them and make them put up with your bullshit. I don't want to say make them put up with your bullshit, but you show them all your bullshit and there's bullshit for them to have that option to put up with. But the bitches that you put on for, there's none of that.
Are the bitches that would leave you in a second and don't give a fuck about you?
There's none of that. I know I need to shape up and shape out for this bitch. It aggravates me to my fucking soul. I don't know why, but it fucking aggravates me.
And that was the end of the show, the aggravation of Chanel.
Cheers to that.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another review of Power Book 2, Episode 6. We are back into the season and they gave us they gave us something. I'm here. Like, I'm actually here to watch it for the rest of the season. I'm like, oh, yes, I'm ready to see the rest of it.
Let me tell you, I would have been, I don't know, I feel like further invested had she left his ass. Had she left Lorenzo for Mecca, I feel like this would have just added more to the drama.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, to each your own. You know, you want to stay with your husband, so be it. You know, we're not all that way, but, you know, so be it.
You can get like Nels and get your bags and get running. All right, guys. Well, we will see you for next week for another episode of Power. Please make sure you like,
comment,
subscribe,
and hit
the notification bell. And we will see you next week. Love you guys. Have a great evening. And thank you so much for your support. And make sure you follow us on all social media platforms.
All social media platforms.
At Shade in the City. Love you guys.
Goodbye.
Back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!